manipulation because all the platforms on social media have some kind of algorithm that pushes different things. So we needed to define what covert manipulation was. Justice Kagan even goes on to say that everyone knows that China is behind TikTok. So what is considered a covert manipulation? He even brought up the point saying, well, what about foreign-owned newspapers? They clearly could be doing exactly the same thing, although the U.S. then argued back, saying that, well, newspapers collect far less information. This is where you then started seeing the justices kind of poking fun at the U.S. government for this stuff, and we even saw Justice Roberts saying that if the ByteDance ownership or the China ownership of TikTok was to get Americans to fight each other, he says, quote, "I'll say they're winning." We even saw Justice Alito make a joke between TikTok and maybe someone loving an old shirt they have. They talked about whether or not the president doesn't enforce the law when he was talking about President Trump getting into office. They talked about Elon Musk buying Twitter in about 6 months doing things, while TikTok saying, well, the time frame you gave us to even try to sell isn't even practical. And they're right, TikTok's worth over $300 billion. Who has that kind of money lined up? In their final arguments, the U.S. government states that the U.S. Congress was clearly and sincerely motivated by data protection concerns, and even if you discount the questions about propaganda manipulation, that's enough to make the law stand up. TikTok came back saying, well, if Congress was really concerned about data security, then they should go after other Chinese apps here in the United States, such as Shein and Temu, which, yes, they're owned by Chinese companies. That being said, everything finally wrapped up, and now, everything's adjourned. We're going to find out hopefully next week. They come back on Monday. We don't know if we'll actually get an answer on Monday, but I'll be sure to keep you guys updated, so be sure to follow me for more. Oh, and also on YouTube at Joey Contino News, just in case TikTok gets banned.